Hi, and welcome in this new episode of AWS Solution Architect Associate Exam Practice. Let's dive into it. Question 1. Which of the following components is needed to configure autoscaling for your application? A. Amazon SNS notifications. B. Minimum size and launch configuration. C. CloudWatch configuration. D. Scaling setup for Amazon Cloud Formation. A. Amazon SNS notifications. While configuring your autoscaling group, you have the option to add notifications with SNS, which will allow you to let someone knows when a scaling event occurs, but it's not needed to configure your autoscaling group for your application. B. Minimum size and launch configuration. Autoscaling group has attributes which need to be set during its configuration. They are launch configuration, now called launch template, and scaling policies, which are minimum, maximum, and desired capacity. C. CloudWatch configuration. It is possible to scale an autoscaling group based on CloudWatch alarms, and based on this alarm, we can create a scale out or scale-in policies, but this remains an optional configuration for your autoscaling group. D. Scaling setup for Amazon Cloud Formation. Cloud Formation is a declarative way of outlining your AWS infrastructure. For any resources, most of them are supported, but this is not a step in the configuration of an autoscaling group. So in this scenario, the component needed to configure autoscaling group for your application is B, minimum size and launch configuration. Question 2. Which of the following is an IAM security tool? A. IAM credentials report. B. IAM root account manager. C. IAM services report. D. IAM security advisor. A. IAM credentials report. It's a report that lists all your accounts, users, and the status of their various credentials. It operates at account level. B. IAM root account manager. There is no such AWS service. C. IAM services report. This tool doesn't exist in AWS. D. IAM security advisor. This service doesn't exist. It's a distractor. In fact, in AWS, we have a service called IAM access advisor. In short, we have two IAM security tools: IAM access advisor, which operates at user level and shows the service permissions granted to a user and when those services were last accessed, and IAM credentials report. So in this scenario, the good answer is A, IAM credentials report. Question 3. What should you use to control traffic in and out of EC2 instances? A. Network access control list. B. Security groups. C. IAM policies. A. Network control access list. They are like firewall which control traffic from and to subnets. We have one network access control list per subnets. B. Security groups. They operate at the EC2 instance level and can control traffic. C. IAM policies. They are JSON documents that define users' permissions in one or more statements. So in this scenario, the good answer is B, security groups, to control traffic in and out of your EC2 instances. Question 4. IAM user groups can contain IAM users and other user groups. A. True. B. False. Remember, users are people within your organization and can be grouped. But group only contain users, not other groups. So the good answer here is B, false. Question 5. For compliance purposes, you would like to expose a fixed static IP address to your end users so that they can write firewall rules that will be stable and approved by regulators. What type of elastic load balancer will you choose? A. Classic load balancer. B. Network load balancer. C. Application load balancer. We know that classic load balancer and application load balancer have only a static DNS name, while network load balancer has both a static DNS name and a static IP address. And we can attach an elastic IP address to our network load balancer. So the good answer for this scenario is B, network load balancer. Question 6. You would like to deploy database technology on an EC2 instance, and the vendor license bills you based on the physical cores and underlying network socket visibility. Which EC2 purchasing option allows you to get visibility into them? A. Spot instances. B. On-demand. C. Dedicated hosts. D. Reserved instances. A. Spot instances. With this purchasing option, you purchase unused capacity at a discount of up to 90%, but you don't have visibility on your physical cores and underlying network socket. B. On demand. Here you pay for what you use per second for Linux and Windows and per hour for other operating systems. Still, you don't have visibility on your physical cores and underlying network socket. C. Dedicated hosts. You have a physical server with EC2 instance capacity fully dedicated to your use. It allows you to address regulatory requirements and use your existing server-bound software licenses. It can be per socket, per core, and so on. D. Reserved instances. You reserve a specific instance capacity for 1 or 3 years with up to 72% discount on the hourly charge compared to on-demand. Therefore, the purchasing options allowing you to get the visibility into the physical cores and the underlying network socket is dedicated host. Question 7. You're developing an application and would like to deploy it to Elastic Beanstalk with minimal cost. You should run it in A. Single instance mode. B. High availability mode. The single instance mode will create one EC2 and one elastic IP address. When the high availability mode will create two EC2 and indifferent AZ with an elastic load balancer and an auto-scaling group. We have to remember that even though Elastic Beanstalk is free, we still pay for the underlying instances we use. So, as in this scenario, we are still in development stage and we want to reduce cost, it is better to run our Elastic Beanstalk in single instances mode. Question 8. You have deployed a new Elastic Beanstalk environment and would like to direct 5% of your production traffic to this new environment. This allows you to monitor for cloud metrics and ensuring that there's no bugs exist within your environment. Which Route 53 routing policy allows you to do so? A. Simple. B. Weighted. C. Latency. D. Failover. A. Simple policy. It allows one record with one or multiple IP addresses. For multiple values in a record, it returns them to the user randomly. B. Weighted policy. It allows us to split our traffic based on different weights assigned. For example, we can set 10% of our traffic to go to US East 1 and 90 to go to West 1. C. Latency policy. It allows us to route out traffic based on the lowest network latency for our end user. And D. Failover policy. It's used when we want to create an active-passive setup. For example, we have our primary site on US 2 and our secondary site in AP Southeast 2. Route 53 will monitor the health of our primary site using health check, and if there's a failover, it will redirect the end user to the healthy site. So here, for this scenario, the good rating policies is B rated policies. Question 9. We have an RDS database that struggles to keep up with the demand of requests from our website. Our million users mostly read news, and we don't post news very often. Which solution is not adapted to this problem? A. An elastic cache cluster. B. RDS reader replicas. C. RDS multi-AZ. Elastic cache and RDS read replicas are solutions for performance improvement as they help with scaling rates, unlike RDS multi-AZ, which is a solution for disaster recovery. So in this case, the solution which is not adapted is C. RDS multi-AZ. Question 10. You need full customization of an Oracle database on AWS. You would like to benefit from using the AWS services. What do you recommend? A. RDS for Oracle. B. RDS custom for Oracle. C. Deploy Oracle on EC2. As using RDS presents way more advantages than deploying our database on EC2, here we will use a RDS database. Now, as we need full customization of the database, it's better to use RDS Custom as it combines automation of Amazon RDS with the ability to access and customize the database environment to meet specific requirements. Thus, we recommend B to customize an Oracle database on AWS. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.